Here's another video. This one is, I do so many things that I just kind of lose track of all of the habits that I have, but this one is really powerful, and it was suggested to me by Catherine Ponders, and I just love her. But for a long time I tithed to the church, and then it was suggested to me that you need to tithe to where you're getting your fulfillment from. See, I would go to church, but then I would come home and read Catherine Ponder, and I was getting emotional and growth from Catherine Ponder's books. It wasn't from the church. The church, I don't know if I wasn't resonating with what they were saying, or I had changed so much from this religious belief to a spiritual belief and so she suggested, you really want to tithe to where you're getting your fulfillment from. And so I started that process. And that's when a lot of things really changed for me. I started sending her, sent them a letter, and they sent me a tithing thing, and I just started tithing to them. And I've tithed to a lot of different people that I've studied under, because that's where I'm getting my hope and my knowledge from. And that's where I believe God really wants you to be doing. We got to really, and whoever it is, right? Wherever you're getting your information from, who's really moving you and making you grow and think, that's where I would tithe. And it's very important, especially to make this a habit, right? In the beginning, it's hard if you get, $1,000 check and you got to send $100, 10% to someone, and you're not sure that this process works of giving and receiving. And so please make the committed decision and start this process. And I know it's painful in the beginning, but once you get going on a month or 2 months or 3 months, and you start seeing things, synchronicities coming back to you, whether that be ideas, I've gotten money from people out of the blue that I never thought would ever pay me back again, or I'd ever even see again, that owed me money. Like, things just really start to happen, and it doesn't have to be always money. You know what I mean? You can buy their books, or you can suggest their material to other people, right? And they buy a book, like, right? Your tithing to me doesn't have to just be money. It can be anything. Time, you can tithe time, you can tithe food, you can tithe money. I mean, there's a lot of different things. And so, one thing I do is I try to tithe 10% of my food, right? Like if I'm eating a sandwich, I'll save some of it and I'll put it outside for the ants or the animals or the bugs. Like, I try to tithe everything that I touch. And it's not a perfect science. I don't, it's hard to understand how much 10% of a sandwich is, or a French fry, or whatever. You get what I'm saying now. Now it's just a habit, right? And so I really want you, and I've read so many case studies where people were on the brinks of bankruptcy, and they became aware of some information that really made them understand, and they just took an action step and tithe 10% or 20% or 40% and saved their house, or a big, an inheritance showed up, or something miraculous happened. I'm not suggesting that you have to go that aggressive, but start this tithing process. I promise you, even if it's in what I did in the beginning was just to make it a habit, you can just start with $1 a week to whoever you're getting your information from, right? And then the next week make it $2, and then in a month make it $4, and then you know what I mean, and work your way up so that it's not as painful as sending $100 or $200 at a time to someone. So please take action on this. This will really help you. It'll benefit you tremendously. I've seen it. It works for me. It works for everyone I know. Everyone that I've studied under does this. they're huge advocates of tithing. You know, whether that's to a nonprofit or wherever you're getting your inspiration from. You know, a friend, a colleague, someone who's helping you through a hard time, whatever. Take them to lunch. Take them to buy them a good book. Whatever you can do to start this process of giving and receiving. Thanks, guys. Have a good day. Bye.